Hi everybody, I think I'm going to do another video for both after this. I'm going to be done for tonight. And then I got a lot of reading to do. So you're going to get a lot of videos about the books that I read. It just so happens it's going to rain this weekend, so perfect book reading weather. Okay, but moving on to Y&R for a hot minute. Okay. We must discuss. Okay. So Nikki is supposedly at rehab, which means that Melody Talisker is on vacation. But spoiler alert, sometime next week she's gonna be back home. The problem is that Victor's gonna be MIA for a second, so she's gonna be suspect about where he is. Okay. Today, Phyllis. Michelle Stafford. Okay. First of all, I have to talk about wardrobe because when wardrobe catches my eye, I have to talk about it. All right. She has been in this hot blue, like, top for 2 days. It's great. I love it. Okay. Moving on to the storyline. Okay. And yesterday I told you she was mad at Daniel because he wasn't the proper amount of angry at his father Danny. However, she didn't know what he was facing, and then she found out, and then get this, because she already kind of thought in her head, she put the cart before the horse, and she thought that they were gonna fire her anyway for breaking the contract or the confidentiality thing agreement or whatever. Okay, so she put it upon herself and she quit her job. She quit her job, but she framed it in a completely different way when she was talking to her daughter Summer, and she said that she quit her job in solidarity with Daniel. So, so then I guess Summer knows her mother better than most people. So she says, and also because Phyllis had said, "Oh, well, I'm gonna show them." So Summer says, "Well, don't do anything to Chancellor Winters. It wouldn't be a good idea, whatever." So she leaves. All right. So then Nick just happens to pop in, and she tells him her plan, and he says, "Well, okay, I understand that you're upset, and trying to talk her down." And he says, "Okay, but if you do anything like that, then Summer's gonna have to deal with her mother being on the most wanted list again." And I know it's not funny, but that moment of comic relief was like, wow, yeah, okay, that's cool. All right. So, but Summer, man, Summer, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with her. I really don't. Because the minute I think she's going to grow up and understand that the world is not about her and it's more about her son and, like, his happiness and everything else, she does something that makes me think, what's wrong with you? Because, okay, Claire Newman, I guess, wants to be a nanny because she has a good connection with kids and all the other stuff, right? Okay, that's going back a little bit. But she wants to be Harrison's nanny because they had the bonding experience and he likes her and she's good with him and all that stuff, right? So if it was up to Kyle, the wonderful Michael Mueller, he would have let her have the job already. But Summer is acting like a petulant teenager and saying, "Oh, I don't want her around the kid because I don't want her around my son. Because what to say that, she's changed? I don't know." So, Michael Mueller, Kyle Abbott, I love him now. He stood up for himself today. Yay! all banners, woohoo! All right. So he says, you know, do you want Claire to be your nanny? He's asking Harrison. Harrison is like a little kid, jumps up and down and whatever. Okay. So then at the same time that Kyle is standing up for himself, Summer gives him the look of like, oh my god. if looks could, you know that phrase, if looks could kill? Mm-hmm. That would apply here. That would totally apply here. Yeah. But that's great. So that's going to happen. Okay. On the other front. Okay. Let's see. Cole, Victoria's boyfriend, I guess now, or they're still getting to know each other, but they're getting closer and closer. Okay. And they've already kissed a couple times, so whatever. Okay, I'm jumping the gun, making them a couple, but whatever. All right. So he talks to Nick and says, I don't know about your dad because it just seems like he's not telling me the whole story, you know? So he says, I don't know what's up with the whole Jordan thing because, and then he goes back over the facts of like they haven't found the body and, you know, what's to say. And yeah, his whole team said this, but they work for him. So what's to say that, you know, that he didn't pay them to say that kind of a thing. So, you know, and just so happens he is right because as an audience, we know more than the character, of course. So, Victor's been hiding her in something. It's like a makeshift jail. And at first, he was just giving her vodka for days and days and days. And then today, he gave her a plate of Brussels sprouts. So yeah. So that solves some questions I have because they're gonna keep Colleen Zink around, but I really don't know what they're gonna do there, honestly. I mean, because once, okay, so say she's freed from the, you know, the place. Okay, what's gonna happen after that? What are they gonna do with her? How are they gonna utilize the character? Is what I'm saying. Because you can only do so much. Okay, either you gotta keep her a bad girl, or like a, you know, whatever, or transform her into like a good person, you know. But how's that going to happen? Because I feel like once your character has been made, kind of your fate is sealed with that's the kind of character you're going to be because you know unless they do a complete 180, which I don't think they're going to do. So I don't know. Um, but I do like the fact that Claire is going to have a job and everything. And I like her as a Newman because she understands how life is and she doesn't expect them to just give her money. Also, let me put this in the cart and let me say I called it. And I called it from last week, okay? Because I called it from the first interaction that Claire and Kyle had. I said, there's something more to this. I can see it. Because they were like really friendly with each other. Not that kind of friendly, okay? Get your mind out of the gutter. But I mean, just basically friendly and whatever. I can see it. And now I still think they're getting closer and closer. And then also, it would irk Summer to no end. So, ding, 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 check mark, check mark, check mark. Please let the relationship gods, Kyle and Claire, please, please. Yeah, I see it. I see it. I'm championing it. Please, 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 please. Okay. Let's see. Oh, the other thing that everybody's talking about is is Nate and Audra, are they going to become a couple? Are they going to become a couple? Now, there's a lot of people who want it. When I don't know. Okay, I'm going to explain my feelings because I thought about it for a while and I thought about it from the beginning. And now I can clearly articulate what I'm talking about. All right. Now, on the one hand, I'm going to do pros and cons. On the one hand, they make a good looking couple. On the other hand, they would tick the interracial box. On the other hand, YNR is kind of scared because, and I have notes on this, they have tried the interracial couple a couple of times and it hasn't panned out. Anybody remember Ashley and Nate when they were trying to be a couple? Didn't work out because I don't know. And anybody notice Daniel and Lily? Okay, that didn't work out. Now, anybody who is going to argue with me and show counterpoints would say, well, because they were a teenage couple, yada yada. But the fact remains, they are interracial. Michael Grasade, Caucasian man. Crystal Khalil, Black African American woman. Okay, so what else he got? What's the problem here? Yeah, I don't know. And then let's see. Well, yeah, not just oh, well, I'm sure they did it with Malcolm too. Malcolm and whoever back in the day, but I don't really remember. I remember Malcolm being on the show, but I don't know if they ever tried to do a interracial couple with him. His character. I don't know. Devon and Abby, they have that now, but that took years and years to get here. Years and years. Because it seemed like they paired Devon with everybody but her, you know. And then you have the other people who say, well, okay, they're a couple, but they're kind of boring. Well, okay, yes and no, because yeah, okay, they're not like hot and heavy all the time, but sometimes you need that. You don't need somebody all the time wanting to do that all the time. So maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Um, you know, but yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work out. But I don't. The only reason I don't see it working out, besides the things I said, okay, trying to pit Nate and Tucker against each other. Who do you think's gonna come out of that? Um, yeah, Nate has his words and a little bit of body pressure, but Tucker's got the money and the influence and whatever. So I don't know who would win in a fight about that. And honestly, I don't. Well, and this is coming from a female perspective. Now, God knows I love love as much as anybody else. However, I don't like for other people to be used in the name of love. So there's that. But once again, we'll have to check back in next week and see if any of my predictions came true and see if there's any movement on here. I like May sweeps because they do tend to move and they do tend to give you some stories they don't usually give you. So it's kind of entertaining that way. All right. Bye, everybody.